Hi, hello, and welcome back to the mountain, or welcome to the mountain if you're new. Pardon me for perhaps sounding a little bit off or strange. I've been a little bit sick for the past couple days, and I'm finally feeling well enough to actually do some amount of, well, anything. But hopping right into things, last episode we gathered quite a bit of bamboo, and I think it's about time that we use our bamboo to our advantage, now having access to, say, thatch roofs that are a little bit more interesting than simple hay bales, and use this entire big old flat snowy pretty fluffy area as farming land. I was wondering exactly what farm I wanted to start off with, and then I saw these guys, our little sheepy friends. Our sheep have been mingling with the cows for a little while now, and I think it's about time that they had their own space. This tree's in the way though, and while that's breaking down, we can talk a little bit about what it is that I want to do right here. I want to make an automatic farm, an automatic wool farm to be precise. That means I need 16 sheep, and all those sheep need to be dyed 16 different colors. Luckily, in the last episode, we got a hold of quite a bit of different flowers. So if I break all of this down, we will see exactly how much dye we have so far. So we're missing quite a bit. And to be fair, there are going to be a few different colored wools that we're not going to be able to get a hold of right now. For instance, lime green and dark green, or regular, just green wool. We're not going to be able to get a hold of those right now until we find cactus, and I don't know about you, but I don't feel like going and finding a desert right now. And we can always go back in and re-dye any of the sheep. We're going to need 16 of these guys, and right now we only have 4, so that's gonna take a minute. But while they're growing, we can go find some more dye. And I believe a few of those dyes we can actually go ahead and make. For instance, for pink dye, all you need is red dye from a poppy, and then you use bone meal to make white dye, and then you get pink dye. Now, alternatively, you can use the pink flower petals from cherry blossom groves, but we don't have any of those, so this is what we got to work with. I didn't think to grab any while we were in that vicinity, but I do know where to find some magenta dye. You can't get me. You can't get me. You can't get me. You can't get me. No. No, please. I just want a flower. Please, I just want the flower. Give me the flower and I'll be out of here. I've been trying to sit here and explain and ask this question, and things have been trying to eat on my toes. Ah, there's home! Finally. Oh my goodness. Oh, and before I forget, I have a question. We're coming on a 1-year anniversary for this channel, and we're going to be doing some hardcore come the first of the year. You get to decide the format. Are we going to try and do some sort of live streaming thing, maybe once a week or something like that? Or are we just going to do some Let's Play style stuff like this? It's up to you. You've got till the end of the month to sway me one way or the other. Anyways, we got more dye. We need regular... Oh, I should have gotten some ink sacks while I was out. It's fine. It's fine. We'll just re-dye the sheep as we get the dye. How does that sound? Sheep shenanigans aside, I think it's time to gather the materials for the farm itself, which shouldn't require too many materials that I don't already have, unless I'm missing a lot of stuff, which I probably am, because I've just not been paying attention to anything apparently. We're gonna need a lot of spruce wood, but the one thing that we're missing is, and I think I noticed this, is we have like nothing from the nether. Luckily this trip down into the nether shouldn't take too long, because all we need is, yes, all we need is some of this, and we don't even really need that much. In fact, 32 should do it. We can always come back. We also need All the redstone we can muster, and all of this cobblestone that I spent a painstaking amount of time. Oh no, I gotta get some bows. There we go, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, there we go, alright. Hey, get over here. Hey, you come here. Come here, I got it. Yay! 1 bone meal to make 1 more white dye, 2 of these to make 2 black dyes, set a black dye aside, make 1 gray dye. The pumpkin, no! No! For those of you that don't know, my IRL dog's name is Pumpkin. So every time I talk to this pumpkin, my pumpkin is just like, what did I do? I don't understand. Why are you telling me no? It's okay, Pumpkin. You're a good girl. Oh gosh, I forgot how many you actually need. Not only do we need to make the hoppers, but we also need to make like hopper minecarts. And each of those are like, what, 7 pieces a piece? 3, no, they're 5 3, yeah, they're 5. 5? Yeah. Each of those are like 5 pieces a piece. We might be building a whole iron farm just to build our sheep farm. Let's do it. Let's do it. Detour, here we go. Alright. Quite a bit of absolute nonsense later. In fact, about 2 hours of it, and we finally have an iron farm. Honestly, it probably would have taken me just as long to make this thing as simply just mining up all of the iron that I need for the sheep farm, which is going right behind me. But I kind of have a feeling I was going to need an iron farm at some point anyway. Lots of things need iron. Pistons, hoppers, which is the main reason why I've made it. I found this design on Pixel Riff's channel. He does his survival guide. If you don't know, he has a survival guide sort of thing for Minecraft, and this design is a little bit altered from what he suggested. But yeah, this is what we got. This flower pot actually breaks their line of sight, so they can occasionally sleep, which I find a very interesting mechanic. It'll definitely help keep things a little bit less noisy around here. And there he goes! The poor guy. I don't want to accidentally trigger the farm, so I'm going to do that to kind of turn it off right now, and we're going to pillar up here. This is something that probably nobody would be interested in, but it's something that I've figured out, and I should say I've always had a problem with when I build iron farms. Basically, the golems getting stuck in the water streams. But if you see right here, there are stairs. And what this allows is for water to flow in this direction without flowing out the back, which means there's no water source blocks for the golems to potentially get trapped on. I'm very proud of myself for thinking of that. We'll give Boo back his line of sight, and this is gonna change eventually. I am gonna put a structure around it, but that's not what we're here for today. Today we have to get to a sheep farm. This whole thing was about building a sheep farm. So, in order to do this, I need to first see if it's possible to, yes. Okay, I think that would get us started. And I think what we'll do is we'll come along here. And I don't know, I'm a little bit discombobulated in case you can't tell. But if we come down here, we should have plenty of iron already down in the chests. Nice! Thank you, dude. Got a little under a stack, which is nice. In fact, while I'm down here, we make hopper minecarts. You know what? I think I'm gonna gather all the materials off camera. This is gonna take a little bit, and well, this video is already a hot mess, and I've run into yet another issue. We have 3 little sheep friends already lined up and ready to go. 2 of these have shears in them because, you know, I had some shears available to me. But otherwise, I need this thing to start working. I've already gone through 2 zombies. I have no idea where the iron golems are spawning from. Like, they just come around the corner and kill my zombie friends. Can't be having that. I've checked all the dimensions and it doesn't, there's nowhere for it to spawn. I don't understand. And unfortunately, I'm also completely out of iron, which is a whole problem in itself. I've got all of the hopper minecarts that I need. I just need more hoppers, and then I need to put the sheep into their holes. But I can't do that without iron. So I'm gonna spend a little bit of time figuring out what's wrong with this thing, and I get this finished. I honestly, at the rate things are going, I don't even think I'm gonna be able to put a building around this thing. But at least the upside to things, it's at the very least working. On the tutorial that I was looking at, you're supposed to be able to place a minecart on top of a hopper, and then push a block on top of the hopper. But that doesn't work. I don't know what wizardry that person was doing, but it's not working for me. So I already had everything built up, and I wasn't about to tear everything apart to put it back down. So now we just have a little bit of a drop down to get into this, which I think will be okay. You know, a little bit of a dip to get into here. I think that'll be fine. Oh, he picked it up. Okay, so if this one works, if we can get this to work, that's nice. Come on, you can get me. Come on. I don't like you. You wanna snowball, my friend? Yes, he does. He wants a snowball. Alright, so... Oh, fudge. Hello? And then this, there we go. That should do it. Alright, I think our friend here is safe. I'm gonna go get some sticks, I think. We'll clear out my inventory, grab some sticks, and hopefully we'll be back before he despawns. Thank you. And now you give me that. Alright, it's time to see. And he's gone. Alright, come on with me, friend. I am gonna leave. No. Because that one's gonna push over. Oh my gosh. Why? Where did you come from? This whole place is getting spam torched. Thank goodness my friends have not escaped. There, like it never happened except for that over there, but it's... And finally, after what, 10 hours roughly I've spent on these 2 projects, they're done, they're fixed, and it's ready to go. Look at my rainbow sheep. It's all working very, very well. As you can see here, I've got at least half a stack of the ones that I first put in, and I'm getting quite a bit of other things. I think I might re-dye these 2 sheep on the end red, because I think red would look really nice in this area. Just something about like that white, you know, stark white with the pops of red just sounds really, really good for this area. So I may do that, and I got plenty of poppies thanks to the Jabberwocky here. And I fixed this. I found out that the golems weren't quite going all the way to the edge and falling down. They were sometimes able to slip back here somehow. So I just brought this forward and put some guardrails up just to prevent them from being able to come onto this edge as well. And then of course I did some other inner workings here just to make it look a little bit nicer. But otherwise, this has been running for a little while, and I did take about half a stack of iron to make shears, so we don't have a whole ton of iron in here, but we do have plenty of poppies that I can actually take 2 of these and go ahead and I can't read. Oh, okay. And re-dye these 2 guys right over here. I did steal their shears. Come on, man. Come on. We're trying to get this done. I can't re-dye you until you're floofy. Well, while that one's being stubborn, this is the start to the farming district, sort of, so to speak. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. I do want to put a building around these 2 here. I don't want to leave anything just kind of out in the open. Oop, there we go. I don't want to leave them just kind of like out in the open. It just seems like it would be such a shame for me to just leave these big, ugly, techie looking things just kind of like sitting out here when I have such nice, just regular buildings around. You know, I want to stay immersed when I walk past an iron golem farm or the sheep farm. Perhaps like a warehouse or some kind of barn situation for this one right here. You know, some kind of storage shed, and maybe like a grain silo sort of situation right here. I don't know though. This is a pretty big perimeter to keep in line, so we'll see what exactly will work right here. Maybe I'll pull something a little bit closer, or maybe just cover up the zombie to protect him, and just put something there. We'll see. We'll see. I'll have to go back to the drawing board a little bit, because I had an original idea, but honestly, I kind of like how it looks. As far as this goes, I wasn't originally sure how I would like a little dip here to go inside of it, but I kind of like walking through here and looking up to see the sheep. And I've got, of course, every single one of these sheep color-coded in the back, which is very nice. This one is eventually going to be cyan. Also, I figured out that I forgot about brown dye altogether, but we already had a brown sheep, so it's fine. And then, of course, green and light green wool is gonna go here when I get access to those dyes. But for right now, we don't have access to those dyes, so they're just going to keep producing extra red wool. It also means our little cow friends here have officially reclaimed their pen from the sheepies. That being said, I think that's going to be all for this episode. We have a brand new wool farm and an iron farm that is quite efficient, even if it has been a little bit of a hassle. If you enjoyed this episode, why not leave a like? If you're new, subscribe. I've been pleasantly surprised to see you new few coming in the past week. A lot of you guys seem to enjoy the long plays, material gathering sort of things. So I'm gonna continue doing more of those. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remember to do more of that. I got a little bit lightheaded all of a sudden, so yeah. Moon's coming up, things are gonna get scary. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.